Okay guys, so this is a follow-up video on the Diatone GT-R90 to the video that I made about 3-4 days ago, and just wanted to clear up a few things. First off, I made a mistake when I put my receiver on here because I'm using a FlySky receiver and I wanted to use iBus. Because this is an F4 board, I could not use the standard UART that the receiver connector was connected to, which is on UART 1. That's hardware inverted, so I tried to use UART3 or receive 3, and I got the receiver to work, but then I inadvertently disabled smart audio because smart audio was on UART3, or it was on the transmit pin on UART3, so disabled smart audio when I did that. So when I went to go and try the smart audio feature, for obvious reasons, it didn't show up in the OSD, so I was like, well, I guess maybe they're still working on it or they haven't figured out how to get it to work. So I didn't talk about that in the first video. However, it definitely does work if you don't change the configuration, because in the config that it comes out of the box, if you use UART1, like for example, if you use a FreeSky receiver, then it should smart audio will work just fine. But if you're using a FlySky receiver, you should use UART6. So I actually moved it over from UART3 to UART6, and it's over on this part of the board over here. And there's a diagram that's included with the drone, and you can find the right pin to connect that to. And then once you connect up to UART6, it's totally fine. And of course, re-enable smart audio on UART3 if you disabled it. And then once you do that, smart audio works in the OSD, no problem, and you can change your channels, bands, and of course your power as well. It works just like the a TBS Unify should work. So that was my mistake. I guess I didn't see that that it was actually enabled out of the box, and then I just wanted to add my receiver, and I inadvertently disabled it. So anyway, I did go ahead and I swapped the props out for these Gemfan 2040 Hulkies, and I did a tuning session with these, and I think I found some better PIDs. I believe the PIDs that they sent out of the box are probably meant for 4S LiPo, so because the gains for the P were very low, and so I'm thinking that that was probably meant for 4S LiPo. I'm thinking though that it's probably better to fly this on a 3S LiPo, because you add a lot of weight for an additional, going from 3S to 4S, and not sure you get that much more power, so you probably can't. I'm assuming the power you get is going to cancel out based on the amount of weight you're going to gain. And if you want this to be a little bit more nimble in the air, probably you should stick with 3S. That's just my recommendation, and that's what I'm probably going to stick with. And I was flying with the GNB 450 LiPo. That one's fine. The other LiPo that would work pretty well is the 553S, the Lizard battery. That's also pretty good LiPo as well. And so I am going to go roll the footage of my tuning session. You could hear the props sound a little bit different. The D gains were a little bit too high initially, so I lowered them. And so in the tuning video that you're going to see here in the flight demo, it flies a lot better with a higher P gain, higher I gain, and a lower D gain. So you'll see the PIDs in the OSD as I bring them up in the FPV footage.